my husband Kevin. He's behind the camera. Hopefully we'll get him to come around. And we are from Hudson Valley Vintage, located in Red Hook, New York. And we are super excited to be joining you for date night and paint couture. That's us, and we're going to be here with you on Wednesday nights at 7:30. And tonight, for our first night, what we're going to be doing is making over this sweet little table. It's a little sad right now, wouldn't you say, babe?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's a little sad.
It's got beautiful, beautiful inlay,
Yeah.
but you know, it's not. Nobody likes that much
Yeah.
anymore.
See, look at the top.
Yeah, the top, the inlay is, you know, all there. I mean, it's all there and it's rock solid. But you know what? And you know, we sanded it down and cleaned it all off, but it's just not what everybody wants.
It's not what everybody wants. Quite frankly, we don't even want it. So we need to make it over. So we are super excited to be paint couture retailers. We love the colors, the products. They're absolutely amazing. And we've been working on these sample boards, and I have to say that I love so many of the colors. These metallics are incredible. They are just incredible. So just had to say that because I'm kind of in love with them. So tonight what we're going to be doing is, I actually started a little bit. So we're going to be painting this table first. You'll notice that the detail on here is so ornate and beautiful, but you know, when you have an old brown piece of furniture like this, often you can't see all that detail. It doesn't, you know, really pop.
And we love to give hints out. So if you see what Risa put the table on, it's one of those old television rotating tables, which if you can find one in a garage sale, you find one anywhere, snatch it up.
So
They're great.
That's a really, really good tip. Thank you, honey. So we're going to be painting tonight with Vintage Flair. Right. So we're going to be painting with Vintage Flair, and we're going to get started. I'm using this little Klingon brush. I actually just got this, and I wanted to see if I like it. What I like to do with my brushes, and by the way, I only use synthetic brushes. I don't ever use natural bristles for paint. I do use natural bristles for wax, which I try to avoid, or oils, but I do not use natural bristles for paint. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, natural bristles tend to break off very easily. The other thing that's nice about synthetic is you get a nice smooth finish. And of course, with the paint couture, you can get a nice smooth finish. So I also like to take a spray bottle and just spray my brush a little bit, not too much, and I like to work that moisture into it, just like you're shampooing your hair. And it's not dripping, it's just damp. And that'll make it a little smoother. And I'm using, I guess this would be considered a round brush because of all the details that I have. And people are always asking me about brush strokes. It's probably one of the most common questions that I get. A lot of it, quite frankly, is just practice, like everything else. And people also ask, why do you use a round brush? I don't always use a round brush, but when you have a piece that has this much detail, it helps to get in there. Now we're gonna do another coat, so I'm not like crazy worried about covering everything in my first coat. And to tell you the truth, I kind of like the way it looks with the wood showing through. So I don't mind if it's not perfect. right, so let me tip this up so you can see the top. And I want to know what you guys think. So you can see the embossing.
You can see a little bit of the reflect. I'm trying to move the light back and forth so you can see the design in the center.
I kind of like that.
I wonder what glaze would be like on that.
So let me show you what I did earlier today. So I started saying before, very often when I'm working on a piece, before I start a piece, some pieces I start and I'm like, that, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So what I did today was, I painted these two boards in the Vintage Flair. On this board I did, let me show you exactly what I did. So on this board I glazed it in champagne. I've been using glaze for years, and I tried a little bit of a different method that I saw Dustin on one of your videos. And I love the way that you use the stencil brush and swirl it and then dab it later. That worked great. On this one, I used black chiffon. And I thought it gave sort of like a denim-y look. So this one is the black chiffon. And this one is champagne. So they are very, very different from one another. So you can see with the glazes how you can get really different looks. Pretty neat. Okay.
I think black chiffon is
The way to go.
the way to go.
Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing next week because I don't want to glaze it right away. So we're going to be doing that next week. While you guys are making turkey.
Yeah. You can see where the drawer was on the inside.
So there was a little drawer here, and you know,
I
bet you see a lot of pieces like this, and you probably say, I don't want that. It's missing a drawer. You know what you could do?
Just cut a piece and put it in the front.
Yeah. And if you're not handy, measure it and go to the hardware store, and they will cut you a piece of wood, and you know, you can just block it off.
Or if you really don't want to, that's the side that goes against the wall.
Right. Yeah, I love it. I love this color. So I'm really not putting on a heavy coat at this point because I think we're all in agreement that we're kind of loving seeing these details. And by the way, can I just tell you how fast this is drying? I only painted this side here a few minutes ago and now it's almost dry. Honestly, I do like to use thinner coats. I found that
You never get a drip or a run. You know, that's the other thing. Especially when the brush is going up and down off a detail, because that's when if you have too much paint on the brush, you'll leave it and then you'll wind up getting a drip later.
But even if I'm doing flat surfaces like drawer fronts or something, I don't like to use a ton of paint. I've always found that thin coats are much more stable than thick, heavy coats.
So what is that, a pint?
This is a pint. And oh, I also happen to love that it comes in different sizes. It's not just like a pint and a tester. I like that it comes in quarts, it comes in 8 ounce, and the tester is 4 ounces. So, you know, you can do a decent project. I probably, what do you think I'm using, like 2 ounces of paint?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I like it, and I think it was the right choice.
Boy, look at all the imperfections that stay on there. It really looks great.
Yeah, and you know, I could have coated it, you know, covered everything really well, and then went back and sanded it, but why bother? Look at that, it looks great. Really does.
And the black chiffon's going to get in all those imperfections.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to show up.
This is, on its own, this is a very durable paint. I'll tell you what, I don't want to wax. I don't want to have to do all those extra steps. You know, it's just too much, way too much work. So when I'm painting a long surface like this, what I like to do, now I like to get my paint on quickly because the more that you're futzing with it,
Just moving it around.
you're just moving it around, you're creating brush strokes. So I like to put my paint on, I kind of go in sections, and before I move to the next section, I give one nice long brush stroke. That's if I'm doing a long surface like this. So that's all I'm gonna do. I might go over the top once more after it dries. I'm not really loving, I might go over it with a flat brush.
You see a little dark through it, or
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it was much darker wood on the top.
Yeah, so I'll see how that looks when that's all done. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it. So next Wednesday at 7:30, we're going to be coming back to you with this piece, and we're going to be glazing it. So, like I said,
Black chiffon. I think everybody's into
the black chiffon.
I think
All
I think it was a general.
You know what? Black chiffon it is. I want to make everybody happy. So we're going to be glazing it with the black chiffon, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see how it looks. So, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Do you want to come out here, honey, so they can see you?
I'm good. I'll stay right here for now. I'll come out eventually.
Oh, you'll come out eventually. Okay. This will be our challenge, guys. Getting him to come out in front of the camera.
For a reason. I don't need to get in front of it. It's okay.
You don't have
It's
like,
okay.
You're not like a hunchback. Or
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
We will get him, mark my words, we will get him out in front of the camera. So guys, again, my name is Risa, and the gentleman behind the camera is my husband, Kevin. We're so excited to be here with you guys, and we'll be here every Wednesday night at 7:30 for date night. It's a date. So have a great evening, have a great week. If you see this later, by the way, please post any questions or comments that you have in the comments, and we will get back to you. And like I said before, share it. Share it with your friends. So thanks everybody. Take care. Have a great evening.